Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Bila coming to you with another review of Beyond the Gates. Now, today I'm going to do episodes 14, 15, and 16. I'm doing episodes 14, 15, and 16. So please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And also hit that notification bell button because I don't have like a scheduled time when I drop these. So that way you won't miss any of my reviews. If you hit the notification bell, then you will know when my videos have dropped and you won't miss it. And please, like I said, don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. The more you do like, the more I do go through the algorithm, more people will start to view my commentary. I am on the road to 7,000 subscribers and 100 likes every single episode. And I can't do that without you all's help. So help me out and hit that subscribe button if you want to subscribe, and hit that like button, please. And yeah, we can talk about it too. Y'all can comment and all that stuff because I do like talking to y'all in the comments. So let's go ahead and get into this episode. Now, tonight is the night of the award ceremony for Nicole. And you have Daddy Dupree and First Lady Dupree. They are out of the gates because they were saying that they were happy to be out of the gates. Normally they are inside the gates. They don't really know what's going on. So now they have a chance to get out and just, I don't want to say feel like regular people, but just, I guess, mingle with people that don't live in the gates. But yeah, they're just out, and Daddy Dupree is just telling, First Lady Dupree, go ahead and eat up and all that stuff. This is going to be a good night. Hopefully everything is going to work out the way that it's supposed to, which should be good. All right, so now you're back over at Nicole's and Ted's house. And this episode was really based on Dana Leslie and Eva. And for y'all that don't know, Leslie, I call her Dana Leslie because her real name is Dana, but she tells everybody to call her, she tells Eva to call her Leslie. So I just say Dana Leslie. All right. So anyway, she's having a moment with them, and Nicole actually invites Eva to come, and Eva was kind of hesitant at first. She was like, I don't want to go, whoop, whoop. But Nicole was like, no, you should come. You are the reason why this event is even moving forward the way that it is. You the one helped set up, the whole event. So therefore you should be there. And she said normally she always have her assistants to show up, but I guess a lot of things have been moving so fast, she actually forgot to extend the invitation to Eva. But she was like, yeah, and Eva was like, well, I don't have anything to wear. Well, Nicole was like, is it because you don't have anything to wear? And she was just like, oh, I guess, yeah, but they told her to get some out of Kat's closet. She was like, are you sure? Because Kat don't like me like that. And Nicole was like, don't worry about all that. If Kat has something to say, we'll take care of that. Now, mind you, Nicole goes off or whatever, and Eva looks over at Ted and was like, your tie is crooked. So she ends up fixing her tie, and she's having these like father-daughter moments, and she really, really wants to be a part of her father's life. And we will see more of that when she does like this whole reminiscence. Well, not even a reminiscence. She has like these daydreams or night dreams or these little visions or whatever she has to show that she does wish that Ted is really in her life. Now back over at Dani's place, she cannot stop looking at Bill and Hayley on their honeymoon in Italy. So she's just looking and looking and looking, and her daughter sees her and she's like, Mom, why are you continuously abusing yourself looking at Dad? Pretty much let it go, because when Naomi walked in on her, she was about to throw her tablet on the floor. I was like, girl, you that mad? You already done destroyed your phone. Now you over finna destroy your tablet? Let it go. The man is moved on. And I know it's hard. But you have to find a way to move forward. You have to find a balance between all of that mess with Bill and Hayley and your own personal life. And it's not and finding that balance does not mean getting on your daughter's nerves either, because when she saw her daughter Chelsea, she was already momager, and she was like, the daughters just be like, Mama, you doing too much anyway. So this is the moment I was talking about when Eva was having these moments in her head that she wished could happen, because she really wants to be a part of her dad's life. And she's calling him dad, and he said he's just so grateful for his wife and his daughters, and he's saying that he loves her, and in her mind, she's from this daydream that she's having. In her mind, she wants to tell Ted that she's his daughter in private. She don't want this whole airing out to make them look bad. She wants like an intimate moment. She wants to sit down and talk to them and say, look, I'm your daughter, and I know I should have told you earlier, but she just didn't know how. But she wants to tell them in a way to where it's not going to cause a lot of havoc and ruckus. And in her whole vision or her imaginary dream or whatever this is, he's very thankful for the way that she told him. And he was saying he's going to love her, and he loves her, and he is so happy and all this stuff. So this is what she wants to happen. But Dana Leslie wants something different. Now we're back over here at the party. Now Dana Leslie, now her name is Shirley. Sherry, I'm sorry. Now her name is Sherry. Sherry then went down there and she became one of the waitresses. And you got the head, what they call it, the maitre d', the head guy. He's just telling her, like, look, don't talk to the people. You're here to do a job. You stay out of the way. You stay in the background. And Sherry don't listen. Sherry's whole purpose is to sit up here and ruin Nicole's night. So when Eva gets there, she's like, Mama, what are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to even be here. And Eva was like, I gave you the straw in the paper bag so you could, go and figure that out. Do the DNA test that kind of way. You're not supposed to be here. And she said, like, you're trying to ruin Nicole's night. She has nothing to do with this. Let Nicole enjoy her night. Like, stop it, And Dana Leslie ain't trying to hear that. She was just like, oh, he ruined my life. I'm going to ruin his. She's still on that. And Eva really doesn't want to mess this up. And Dana Leslie peeped it. She was like, whose dress is this you got on? And Eva came up with some lie talking about they gave her some money to go get a dress from the boutique or something to that effect. But, Dana Leslie is starting to look like Eva is really wanting to be a part of their family. She's, Dana Leslie is peeping it out. But yeah. So now, the family is together and they're taking pictures, as we all do when we have, events that go on. So they're taking pictures, enjoying the night. Everybody is telling Dani to stay in her place. Don't cause no ruckus. Dani said she gonna do what she need to do. She's the hostess for the night. And the only thing she gonna do is host. She's gonna try to make sure everything is going according to plan. All right, so now, mind you, Martin and Smitty, they had already made up. The whole thing for them is Smitty wanted to start back working. Martin didn't want him to start working, but then they had this whole family gathering and they agreed that Smitty is supposed to go back to work, right? Mind you, here at the event, there is a guy that wants Smitty to work. And here we go. Martin is shutting it down. No, he's not going to work. No, I was like, now y'all sit up here and had this whole conversation, this whole family powwow about this man working, and now you're trying to still shut it down. Why? Why are you doing this? Okay, so like I said, the family was all together. The event is about to start. So Ted looks back at Nicole and tells Nicole, I'll get us some drinks and I'll bring them to the table. Nicole said, okay, I'll see you inside. So when Ted goes over to get the drinks, who do he see? He sees Dana Leslie. And he was looking at her like, what are you doing here? He grabs her by her arm, takes her to the side and say, you better not ruin this night for me. If you ruin this night for me, that's going to be the biggest mistake you made in your life. And she's like, oh, teddy bear. Oh, my teddy bear, just like you ruined my night. I was like, girl, yeah, I don't know what to do with Miss Dana Leslie, y'all. What we gonna do with her? We gonna have to put her before the Lord in prayer, because she is really trying to destroy these people. And I'm like, you were having an affair with Nicole's husband. You were in the wrong, honey. You just happen to get pregnant. Hopefully this is his baby because you ain't did no DNA test. But Ted lets her know, you ruin this for me, then you gonna have HE double hockey sticks to pay. Yeah. All right. And so now Daddy Dupree pulls Martin to the side and says, Martin, I can't believe you didn't tell me. And Martin is like, what are you talking about? He's acting like a deer in headlights. He was like, you think I wouldn't know? He was telling him, you're trying to run for the biggest office in these United States, which is president. And Daddy Dupree is trying to warn him, I don't think that's a good idea. Number one, you are a black man, right? And so what they're going to do, they're going to dig and dig and dig until they find that one skeleton in your closet, which is whatever happened to you back in the day. For some reason, Martin thinks that secret is dead and buried. But what Martin fails to realize is they're going to dig until they rip everything in your life to shreds. They're going to dig and dig and dig until they pull out whatever bones you bury. And those bones are going to start to live. And Daddy Dupree is trying to stop something from happening that shouldn't happen. And my thing is this. At first, I thought that because, he was having the dreams, I was thinking that Martin couldn't remember what happened. But Martin does know what happened. He just thinks that it's so deep down buried that nobody is going to figure it out. But they going to find out. So listen to your grandpa. Don't do it. All right, so now the event is started. Dani, she's doing her job. She's hosting. She's making everybody laugh. You know how they do. And which is good. And then they're calling different people up to speak. So they called the Daddy Dupree up there. They called First Lady Dupree. They called the son to come up, Martin. And they even gave like Kat, I guess Kat's in her speech to do her speech. Now, while they're up there doing their speeches, guess who comes over? Guess. Dana Leslie. She just had to make her presence known. And she's just saying, telling Nicole, I'm just pretty much, she's proud of her. And she wished that she could get up on the podium and speak some things about her. And she did say that she was working there and all that other stuff. And she's just telling her to thank her. She's thanking her for all the help that she did, how you pushed her, I guess to move forward with her life and, for, I guess not deal too much with what happened with her ex-husband. Now, while she's over there talking, while Dana Leslie is talking to Nicole, Ted over there like, you better not say nothing crazy. Looking like you better not say nothing crazy. But anyway, she don't say too much, right? She don't put too much on nothing. And then after she finished talking to her, Eva goes and get her and pulls her outside. And she was like, what are you doing? I told you don't say nothing to these people. Like, quit trying to ruin their night. Eva is warning her. Don't do what I think you're going to do. Like, stop it. And Dana not listening. Dana Leslie is not listening. She don't care. She just want vengeance, right? So now Nicole is up and she's telling her speech. She's giving her thanks to her mom, her dad, her sisters, her family, her son, her daughter. Like, she's thanking all these people. And then last but not least, she ends up thanking her husband, Ted. So now while Ted is up there, Ted is up there with Nicole and they're talking about how much they appreciate each other. Woo, 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 right? You got Dana Leslie in the background up there thinking that she up there accepting her award as if she was Nicole. I said, child, if if Sane was insane, she's insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is crazy. She really wants Nicole's life. She really wants Nicole's life. Talking about, I thank you for being the mother of my kids and I love you and all this other stuff. Child, wake up out the daydream. And then she kind of comes to her senses. But how she comes to her senses is the head guy in charge pulls her to the back and said, you're going to have to leave here because there have been complaints that you are mingling with the guests. And I told you not to. Then the Leslie is like, no, I only talked to like 2 people. He said, and that's enough. You're not supposed to be in there with the program. You're supposed to be out here serving. So you're overstepping your boundaries. Like, you're not supposed to do this. And then she tries to rebuttal. He said, do I need to call security and exit you out of here? Go get your clothes, change them, and leave. I said, girl, it looks like somebody dropped a dime on you, and somebody did drop the dime on her. It was Eva. Eva says, Mama, you not gonna ruin this night, because I'm not ready for you to ruin it. Eva is just like, now I'm paraphrasing this, and Eva probably ain't said this, but I'm thinking this how she thinking. Like, I'm starting to come a long way. I'm doing things that I haven't done in a while. I'm starting to respect these people, and you're not going to ruin this tonight. And she wants to tell Ted in her own way, not by busting them out in front of everybody and embarrassing the family. She wants to do this different. That's it. So yeah, now I'm going to go into episode 15. All right, so getting into episode 15, the family, they're supposed to be having dinner at the Grand's house. But come to find out, when Dani and Nicole get there, Dani says that she has somewhere to be out of town. She makes up some excuse that she has to meet someone in regards to Chelsea's in regards to Chelsea's whole modeling thing, right? And she has to leave. Also, mind you, Nicole, she ended up having to leave too. But before she left, she was actually worried about Dani, because she was saying it's something going on with Dani that's not really making sense. She's just hoping that Dani wouldn't do anything crazy when it comes down to Bill and Hayley, because Nicole knows that Dani isn't over Bill after all these years. What she said, 30 plus years and everything that she's been through. She just really is concerned about Dani, and rightfully so, she should be. All right, so that's pretty much that. Now back over here at the hospital, Andre comes in and he ends up taking a picture of Derek and Ashley, because Andre is going to put, I guess, Derek's heroicism in the newspaper, because he saved a cat and he went inside like an almost burning building. And also, what happened in this scene too, there was this black older lady. She brought the cat that got saved, that Derek saved. And Ashley found out by way of the older lady that the building had not just collapsed, it was on the verge of collapsing when Derek actually went in to save the cat. So he didn't have to go in or, because he knew that the building was about to collapse, but he went in anyway just to make sure he got everything and everybody out. And Ashley had a problem with that. And also they bring up Andre, that Andre was was doing a good thing by putting his story out there in the paper. And Derek raised the question, like, is it really, is that so? As if, who is he really doing this for? Is he doing this for me, or is he doing it for his own personal gain? And Ashley doesn't understand. Girl, Derek is trying to say that Andre like you, and he really pretty much trying to get close to you, because he ends up having like these dreams. He ends up having this dream that Ashley left him for Andre, and now they have a cat named Derek, which is crazy. So, I mean, his intuitions are right. Andre is trying to steal your girl, Derek, and it looks like Ashley may fall for the banana in the tailpipe. All right, so now remember Dani was saying earlier that she had to go and meet this old fashion model person on behalf of Chelsea. No, she has this big box. We don't know what's in the box, and she's taking it down to Bill and Hayley's house. Now you have the police officer here, George. He finds her and it's like, what are you doing? He says that she shouldn't be there, especially what happened back at the wedding. She said, what do you think, it's going to be a gun in here? And then she makes a joke. No, it's not a gun. It's a bomb. He gets nervous. He was like, oh, she was like, no, don't be nervous. It's okay. And then she actually talks George into getting the code to get into the house, because she lays it on thick, like, you've been around for a long time, you've taken care of my family, we've taken care of you, I'm not going to tell anybody if you give me the code, I'm going to make sure you don't lose your job, and all this other stuff. And he caves and he gives her the code, which allows her to enter into Bill and Hayley's what she call them, the Shamiltons home. All right, so Kat is on her date with Tomas. And, they have a little background about how Thomas had got permission from her Uncle Bill to date her. He said it was, Bill said that it was okay. Kat wanted to know what type of boss that Bill is to Tomas. I mean, he said that he's cool. He has, as any boss, good, bad. He wants the best out of his clients, but then he can be a workaholic. He's even kill, or he could be kill even. Anyway, also they end up kissing and all that stuff. Come to find out, Kat is a virgin, and she let Tomas know, and she's just like, I'll let you know if I want to give it to you or not. It's pretty much up to her. She'll know if he's the right guy for her. And I'm like, Kat, go ahead. Do what you do. Don't let nobody pressure you into giving up your goods, honey, because once you give them away, you can't get them back. Okay. Now, while Dani is inside of Bill and Hayley's house, child, they on their way home. They in a limo. They had to cut their their honeymoon short because he ended up getting some calls from some clients, so he had to hurry up and go and get home. But before they make it home, they have a few, intimate sessions in the limo. Yeah, again, back over at the office, I pretty much already explained this part, how Derek had these dreams and all this stuff, and he's not comfortable with Andre and Ashley. And Ashley really doesn't really understand why Derek feels the way that he feels, because he hasn't come right out and say, I don't really like your relationship with Andre, because I think he about to take you from me, Yeah, and so Ashley ends up getting a call. She goes outside, and then she sees Andre out there. They're looking at the video from Nicole's award ceremony, and Andre tries to kiss Ashley, but she stopped him. So yeah. All right, so now you have George making his rounds. He went over to the Grand's house, and they asked him, did he want any dessert? He was like, no. And they asked him, did he want any dessert, because everybody pretty much had left. Nicole had to go to the hospital, and Dani, she had to go out of town. He was like, Dani had to what? And they were like, do you know something? But he didn't tell them that Dani is back over at Bill and Hayley's house. He was just like, oh, I was just letting you know that whatever excuse he came up with, but he didn't snitch. So I'm assuming he's going to hurry up and go back over to Bill and Hayley's, and I'm assuming he may end up getting Dani out of there before Bill and Hayley get home. I haven't saw the next episode yet, but I'm thinking that's what may happen. And child, Dani done got in these folks' house, drinking these folks' wine, breaking these folks' pictures. And I don't know where maybe she put that big old box in the bedroom, and she sees a camera up there. And I'm like, did you on camera? Did you cut the camera off? Like what? Anyway, but yeah, the girl done drunk the people wine, and they got drunk and fell asleep on their couch. So that's pretty much how it ended. So now we're going to get into episode 16. All right, so now we're going into episode 16. So it picks up where Andre was trying to kiss Ashley, and Ashley really rejected him. She was like, I can't believe you're doing this. I'm in a relationship with Derek. She loves him and all of that. She pretty much just lays down a law like, this is not going to happen. What could have happened shouldn't happen and won't happen. It could have happened, would have happened, can't happen, not going to happen. And we're not going to tell nobody. I'm not going to tell Derek. We're going to keep this to ourselves, because technically nothing really happened. And they agreed to that. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and also Derek is out of the hospital. And it's a whole bunch of scenes of Derek and Ashley making out in the hospital, at their home, and all this other stuff. Like I said, frankly, I really get bored of the whole Ashley and Derek storyline. It's very boring to me. So if y'all like it, cool, but I don't like it because it's boring. It really is boring, because the only thing they do is kiss, and then they complain, or she talks. They don't really complain, but Ashley doesn't complain. She just, I don't know. It's just boring. Yeah, it's just boring. Anyway, so now back, Eva. Nicole is trying to ask Eva to find the lady Sherry that was at the event. And Eva's just like, why are you trying to find her? And she was just like, well, I wanted to find her because um she had ran into her before, whatever. And Eva was trying to get information about it. And she was just like, so I did hear that someone tried to commit suicide. And you helped them off the bridge. Is this off the ledge? Is that the same person? And Nicole was like, no, I don't disclose information when it involves my patients. I'm just letting you know that I want to get in contact with her because it seems like she really needs my help. And then also she talked about her getting fired, and she just really wants to make sure that she is okay. All right. Dani wakes up and she realizes that she has made a big mistake and she is still inside of Bill and Hayley's home. Like always, Dani always messes up and then she tries to clean it up later. So what she does when she wakes up and when she realizes that she's in Bill and Hayley's home, she ended up calling her best friend to help her to hurry up and get this situation rectified, because she was like, girl, I need this type of wine, I need this type of picture frame, I need. And then, the friend will come over. Now, mind you, Bill and Hayley are on their way home, but they're stuck in traffic. So what happens is, Bill sees that Hayley is really, really trying to get home. She misses her house. So Bill makes a phone call because he had a case. He won a case for one of the clients over traffic control or something of that nature. And they're going to get a police escort, and then they're going to get a helicopter to their home. So this is the friend that's over there helping Dani get everything situated. Like, she bought the exact bottle of wine, the picture frame, and she's just like, we need to hurry up and get out of here now, because Dani wanted to wait. Dani is thinking that they're thousands and thousands of miles away because she saw their photo dumps on Instagram or whatever, Facebook or whatever it was. She just saw their photo dumps and she's thinking that they're not here. But her friend does convince her, let's hurry up and get this done and let's get out of here. So now back over at Martin and Smitty's house, the kids are playing their roles. So it looks as if Terell is having an issue at school. I don't know if he's being bullied. I really don't know, but there is something really going on with him, and he doesn't want anybody to know. So when the parents are trying to pry into his life to see what's going on, the sister is just like, oh, I need to start dating. Somebody has asked me out to date. I'm 16 years old. I don't understand why. And then they said, well, what we're going to do, we're going to end up talking about you dating. We're going to open up the conversation with you dating. And the sister is just like, well, I hope the conversation ends with a yes. And then they end up getting back on Terell like, hey, what's going on? But Terrell's whole thing, he just made up something as far as he's not doing well in calculus. But Smitty knows that something extra is wrong with him, and he knows that Terell is holding back. But Martin doesn't know. Martin doesn't want to, I don't even think he even wants to understand if something is going on wrong with his kids. I think he just solely leave the parenting up to Smitty, which is not fair to Smitty, because, when it comes to situations like this, what I've often learned when it comes to parenting, you have to push. Sometimes you have to push. And a lot of times kids need you to keep asking them the questions over and over and over again before they can be forthcoming with what's really going on with them. Not just you tell me something to satisfy me, my ears, and then I just walk off. No, they should have pressed him just a little bit more so he can go ahead and open up. So now Bill and Hayley, they get home. And the first thing that Bill notices when he gets home is that the alarm clock is not the alarm clock, but the alarm the digital alarm is off. And he was like, I could have sworn that I left the alarm on when we left. And so Hayley was like, you know what, we were so in a rush, maybe you didn't. So then when she walks off to the back, I was thinking that maybe she found that big box present. But no, she ended up seeing the picture frame and it had a dent in it. And then she saw that the wine glass had an engraved inscription in it, and that's not there. And I think was it one more thing? But anyway, Bill and Hayley looked at each other. They just said, oh, Dani. Pretty much Dani was in their home. And Hayley was like, I'll go take care of it. Don't you worry about it. I got it. This is going to be a woman-to-woman conversation. So Dani is back at the house and she's thanking her friend for coming over there and helping her, get everything together when it came to Dani wrecking Bill and Hayley's house or whatever. But the friend was like, look, if you get into trouble and if you get caught, don't mention me. My name is, Bennett, and I ain't in it. All right, so Andre comes over and he says that he wants to deliver the pictures to Nicole, but he wants to talk just a little bit more. So apparently they end up talking about Ashley. And Nicole is like, didn't we already talk about Ashley? Didn't I tell you, that Ashley is off limits? He said, I know. But he doesn't understand why all of a sudden he's having this crazy attraction to Ashley. And I don't even know either. Because to be honest, she really ain't even that cute. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So he said, I've been knowing her my whole life. And she didn't have a boyfriend. And I never liked her, but now all of a sudden she has a boyfriend and I like her. And I'm like, are you a little territorial? Did you think that I guess if you've known someone for a long time and you may have thought that they were cute in the back of your mind, and then when you think that when the thought comes or when it comes up that they have a boyfriend, maybe you may feel that's the one that got away. I don't know. I can't. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking to the psychiatrist. Maybe she can help. And then Nicole's whole thing is, maybe you need me to tell you that she's off limits. Yeah, she's off limits. Just leave it alone. Okay. So Hayley comes over to Dani's house. And she pretty much goes in there and she calls Dani a bee, the bee witch. Like, yeah, I know you were in my house, because the first thing she did, she looked at a picture that Dani had of her old modeling days. She picked it up and she dropped it on the ground and cracked it. Almost like, this is what you did in my house. I'm going to do the same thing to you. And she pretty much told Dani, you invaded my privacy. If you keep messing with me, I'm going to put a restraining order against you, because you're not going to know. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to know what hit you. Keep playing with me. I've been playing nice for this whole time, but now pretty much gloves are off. Like, I'm not about to be playing with you, Dani. Leave me and my man alone. I was apologetic at first. I ain't apologizing no more. Like, you came into my house and invaded my privacy. And I was like, girl, you going to do a restraining order? And then she kind of pushes her with her finger. But Dani's whole thing is, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Play pretty, but child. Hayley was pretty much like, play with me, mess around and find out, pretty much. And then when she walks up out the house, Dani is like, oh, bye. See you later. Toodaloo. Or whatever. So I hope Hayley got whatever she got off her chest, because it seems as if it didn't really, well, I guess it did bother Dani, because when Hayley ended up leaving, she ended up making a phone call and pretty much calling Andre. That's who we knew she was going to call. And she actually kept the bottle for herself. The one that was engraved, she actually kept it. And I was like, dang, Dani, you seem like you're very obsessed. Like, why are you so obsessed with me? But I mean, I got it, and I still get it. I mean, 30 years gone down the drain. She thought that was going to be for forever. She thought it was going to be 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. But yeah, she said, I was a home wrecker now, but now I'm the wife. You're going to have to respect me. And I mean, you're going to have to respect her sometime, even not today, but sometime in the near future, because Dani, you don't want to keep seeing yourself in this same situation, So Ted Ted tells Nicole, look, I think you need to stop pursuing this thing with the Sherry girl, because he thinks that it's something deeper, which he does know, but Nicole doesn't know the real reason why this woman has been, quote, slick stalking her. And Ted's whole thing is, look, this is a setup. Think about it, Nicole. When she was on that ledge, she specifically called for you. And now all of a sudden she ended up at your award ceremony. Like, this isn't coincidence. This is a setup. And he said he doesn't feel safe. And his goal is to make sure that she's safe. So I need you to drop it. And then Nicole, she pretty much agreed. And while they were talking, Eva was on the other side of the door listening. And Eva really was agreeing with Ted. Like, yeah, y'all need to drop it. And so when Eva came out of the office, Ted told Eva, like, we're not going to pursue this Sherry girl. We're going to leave it alone. You don't even have to worry about it anymore. And Eva said, okay. And so when Eva was about to leave out of the house, she ended up getting a phone call from Dana Leslie. And yeah, Eva hung up the phone. I was like, girl, that's your mama. You need to answer the phone for your mama, girl. All right, so Hayley comes in and she's proud of herself. She feels like she did her big one. She said, I went over there. She's not going to be messing with us anymore. I stood up for myself. I stood up for you. I stood up for us. She said she stood on business, honey. And she was like, and if she tried again, she's going to be ready for her. That's what she said. And Bill is looking at her like, girl, when did you grow these balls? Like, what happened to this polite girl that I was with? She was like, I ain't finna be polite no more. Pretty much all gloves are off. Once she came into her home, she said that's pretty much it. And Bill is actually happy for her that she stood up for herself. And so, like I said earlier, Dani had made the phone call. She ended up calling Andre. They tried to kiss and have a get it in session, but no, they both wasn't into it. So they said that they wanted to talk, and then Dani was like, I really don't want to talk. I guess they're just going to lay there and commiserate together, because these are two people that want something that they can't have, and they're trying to figure out a way to deal with it. And they're using each other as a coping mechanism, but there has to be something else that you all would have to do, because y'all don't really want each other for real, for real. Y'all just using each other to get by, day by day. And I understand Dani, because everything that she's went through. Andre, I don't know what you're going through. Maybe you have some type of separation anxiety because what happened, with your parents or whatever, someone close to you, ended up, going away. And then, like you said, you've been knowing Ashley all these years, and now she's not pretty much, I guess, at your beck and call like y'all used to be when y'all was kids. So I guess it's hard for you to let things go. So that's all I got. But this pretty much it. This is episode I did 14, 15, and 16. Y'all, this is Sheila Bila. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And y'all have a great day. Bye.